Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 12 of our Confederate Summer 61 campaign in version 1.09 using the A.O.M mod. I did have one more unit request come in, and you did receive an existing unit already, just because I'm a little short of Texans right now. And we have... Name hasn't changed on here yet because I haven't unpaused the game, but the Texas Rangers, which are now the 1st Brigade of 3rd Division under Stan Waddy's Western Mounted Rifle Corps. So they'll probably be seeing some action here in the next few months once I start moving them up into Kansas. Moving on from there, we did have another battle. 7th Manassas. Just a few days ago in game, and seeing off the 1st Corps of the Army of the Potomac, which was led by McDowell. The army itself was led by McDowell, and the Corps was led by Heintzelman. So we did see them off, and they got really aggressive. I doubt that was McDowell. That was probably Heintzelman being aggressive. I'm not used, because the AI will try to mimic the what the commander's traits are. So an attack like that had to be the AI mimicking Heintzelman and not McDowell. Is the only thing I could think of with that attack, because even that one caught me off guard the way they bum rushed me. But it was an interesting fight, and right at the end you started to see my units break. Outside of the I can't remember the name of the brigade now. Outside of the Durham Rangers, they broke because their commander, the unrepentant Colonial, was wounded. Some of my other brigades started breaking because if you noticed at the end of the last battle, another wounded officer report floated up on screen. I didn't notice it until I was going through post-editing. And Beauregard, the Corps commander, ended up being wounded in the fighting, which did cause a lot of morale. Thankfully, the Federals withdrew right as that happened. Otherwise, I would have never been able to stand. So, and that was just a happy coincidence for me, because I was looking to get rid of Beauregard anyway. So, the former commander of the Royal Green Jackets, Alexander Reynolds, has been promoted to command of 1st Division of the Corps of the Potomac, and Division Commander Ewell is now the Corps Commander. So he's just as famous, because all these commanders have been fighting, but he's only 4 stars of fame right now, so he's not going to be feuding with Lee the way Beauregard was, so I won't have to worry about the infighting. And which is fine, because I'll just give Beauregard another corps somewhere else. Or I might just give him Price's army, because Price's stats are really bad right now, and I need to replace him, because both his corps commanders, Longstreet and Stan Waddy, are more famous than he is. Speaking of which, the Corps of Florida is still waiting for 2 more batteries to arrive. I think they're about 11 days out. 11 more days for those 2 batteries to arrive. Once those 2 batteries arrive, I'll be sending them over here to dry Tortugas to take down Fort Jefferson, which I think will be pretty tough. I'm going to have to assault it as soon as I land, because there is no port on that island. So I have to assault as soon as I land. So I don't know if that will happen or not. And with the Western Mounted Rifle Corps, here. So I did temporarily place them back under command of Price, just while they are recovering, to help speed up their recovery rate. So they're going to be 49 days until they're fully green again. Hopefully that'll speed up once Price is in range of them, and I'm moving them over to a defensive stance to help them recover faster. Same thing over here. So there hasn't been a lot of fighting. I know 7th Manassas sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of the game, Really haven't had many battles, but the morale, the condition of my 2 corps in the Army of Northern Virginia is pretty low. So I have moved the Corps to Potomac, and they're waiting their orders into a defensive stance to see if their readiness can't come up faster that way. And in order to relieve some pressure, am I just rolling past it? I am ordering the Army of Tennessee, or the Western Corps of the Army of Tennessee, is going up the river to Cairo. And they're going to take Cairo from me. And we're not going to hang on to it. We're going to go there, we're going to seize it, we're going to take it long, hold it long enough to flip it, and then pull the Corps back out. But to necessitate that, I'm moving the Army Tennessee Command over here towards Fort Hyman in order to keep him in command radius, and ordering the Corps of Eastern Tennessee into Nashville just to keep Nashville covered while this Corps is out of town. Because we do have these 2 forces up here. So, yeah, 1st Corps of the Army of Kentucky at 29,000. Yeah. Okay, so you got 29,000 man army there, which would be a tough nut for me. But defensively, I could fight them. How well, I don't know. But that should draw off some pressure off the east, I am hoping. So, like I said, we're not going to stand there and hold it. We're just going to grab it and then pull out again. And as far as my Gulf strategy goes, we are still waiting on the 2 Ironclads. The Virginia is still 59 days away from completion. That's another 2 months away until that ship is complete. And the Manassas is another 134 days away. So I am seriously considering taking the French warships right now. Something else I was looking at is the railroads, because it would go very nicely with my Gulf strategy. I believe I want to start construction on the Savannah, and not the Savannah and Tallahassee. New Orleans and Tallahassee, because this will net me $67 million in tax revenues. It'll take 222 days to complete, but that's $67 million tax revenue per year I'm looking at there. And also, because I've taken, something I noticed, because I've taken the port down here, because I did roll the game forward about a day, none of my ports down here look to be blockaded anymore. They're all showing green. Yeah, showing not blocked. And that's New Orleans. Say I'm losing 2.7 from raids and whatnot, but it says it's not blocked either. So I think taking away this port has seriously hampered the ability of the blockading squadrons or the Federals to do anything, because their ships have to now detach and head all the way back up to the closest port, which would be Hampton, if that's even the port that they're going to. So I don't know if that had an effect or not. It looks like it has. It looks like seizing this port has had an effect on the blockade down here. And none of these other smaller ports are blocked either. So all my Florida ports are basically clear, along with the Gulf ports at this point. So actually, how much is it going to cost me to build that railroad? $8.9 million. What do I have in the bank right now? $14 million. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and build that. Just because if I'd seen that sooner, I would have started building this sooner. So I'm going to start construction of this railroad. And we'll keep an eye on how long that takes to complete. Hopefully it'll speed up a little bit. Now it's telling me 443 days. What the hell? When I looked at it, it said 229 on ToolTube. Now it says 443. That won't be built until after we are complete with the campaign, probably. Ugh. Okay, that was just a waste of money. And now I'm negative 31 million. About to pop two bonds off. Oh, what a bad move on my part. That hurts. Alright, so hopefully things stay quiet for the next few days. And hopefully I'll be back with the March monthlies and no fighting for a few days after that. Alrighty, we have made it through to March 1st. Amazingly, we managed to go the last 5 days without a battle at Manassas Junction. We know that's not going to hold steady with AI Act, so it's time to go over to monthlies. So, current rating of our nation is A-, which is pretty good. Our debt increased by 50 million because of that damn railroad project being more expensive than it said it was. And our liabilities now amount to 240 million, which is really not that bad, to be honest with you, especially at this stage of the game. I've been very careful with the expenditures outside of that mistake down in the Gulf. The current economy cycle is recovery. The wealth of our population is mediocre and increasing compared to the previous month. Our tax revenues increased by 329 million. That ain't right. That don't sound right. One of those numbers do not belong there. One of those numbers do not belong. I didn't construct any buildings last month. What I did do was I just popped off an upgrade for my hospital at Culpeper Courthouse. So I need to get some more healing going on with these two corps here. They're carrying about a brigade worth of casualties each, and I want to get those men back into the field faster. Total export volume last month was 436 out with 707 in. So that gap is now where it was shrinking, is now increasing. And average corp production over the last 3 months was 210 million, a change of plus 6.4. And our economy lacks iron, locomotives, so all the big stuff. Locomotives, I believe, is because that's probably why the construction is going to take longer than initially said, from 229 is to 400 and something. It's probably because of the lack of locomotives. So our production is 747 versus a demand of 969 on the locomotives. Good news is, though, another item came off the shortages list, and that's actually flour. So I don't have to spend the money on building a mill like I thought I was going to have to. But I am probably going to have to build a factory somewhere. The leather production is still short. And machine parts are very, very short. So I'm going to have to build a factory somewhere. Don't know where, but I'm going to have to build one. And speaking of economy, I guess I needed to advance the game a few days more, because where all these ports were shown not as blockaded, now they're all blockaded and pretty heavily. New Orleans, not so bad. That one's still green, so it's a little blockaded. Mostly because I think these two fleets are keeping it from being worse than it is. But these are all blockaded pretty heavily out here. And some of my... So, I don't know why they're blockading Cedar Key, but... So there's a fleet here somewhere, and it's only blocking that one port. So at least I know where that is. Alright, intelligence report. So, the Federals are working on industrialization too. Alright. Constructed one more ship. They haven't put any more men in the field. I'm a little surprised by that. Our other armies is at 79%. And it says they are consolidating and regrouping, which is what I've been seeing here in the east, because they haven't pushed back into Manassas Junction. And their armies have just been staged right here for the most part. So their readiness has got to be as bad as ours. So, 54 days to full readiness for Yule. And Stuart's another 54 days to full readiness. So it's taken me, even though I'm in friendly territory, it's taken a while to recover readiness. I think it's taken longer than it really should be for some reason. Speaking of which, let's look at the Western Mounted Corps. Full readiness in 50 days. So putting him back under price is now making it take longer. And I put him in a defensive position to help speed it along too. That's not good. I need that readiness up faster. All right, but speaking of numbers, let's take a look at strategy here. So their national morale is down to 83. National support's at 87. Morale of their armies is at 79. Whereas we are 199 and 91. Men fielded, they average 172,300 in the field to my 121,700. So the numbers disparity isn't that bad. As long as I can keep doing a 2-to-1 odds and casualties on the battlefield, I should be fine. But we'll see. Navy, I mean, they have 102 tons of naval right now, so I don't know what they're doing with all those ships they built. I really don't. But 102,000 tons against my 19,000. They didn't need all those ships. And not at least until my Ironclads get into the water. So total casualties so far is 31,000. We'll call it 31,200 for the Union to my 18,123. So I wish my casualties were a little lower, but there's nothing I can really do about that. And economy-wise, it looks like everything else is running fine. So we did just pop off on Diplomacy 4. And I want to see if there's a project available first. Okay, it hasn't come up yet. I'm waiting for the administration policy because I want to see if it changed length of time on things. So now we're going to take Military 2. That's going to be another 44 days. And as soon as this is complete, we're going straight into Mexican intervention. So I don't know if you need it done before May the 5th. I'm pretty sure you do. But need to help the French down in Mexico. And as soon as this is complete, we'll be going over to Conscription Act, which I need now, but it's got to wait. Getting the Europeans involved in the war is a pretty high priority. Weapons-wise, we are still waiting on a ton of weapons. Everything's a minimum of 60 days out. I think that's the closest 10,000 stand of arms is 60 days, and those are more Enfields. So, let's look at projects and what we could take right now. I'm going to go back to military affairs. So, with how long it's taken to construct, another 56 days for the Virginia. So, I don't know if I want to take the rebuilt Ironclads. I'm thinking about taking the French warships here. It will kill all my diplomacy funding. But once again, they don't have all the shortages in France that we do here in the Confederacy, because these ships are going to be built over there. You know what? I'm going to take it and see how long it takes to build those two ships. Probably going to hate myself for this. Alright, where is it? Ocean Ironclad Ram, built in France. There are 3 available. So it actually goes by how many are available. I did not know that. If there are 3 available at 250,000 each, that's actually not expensive at all as far as ships go. They only have 3 guns, so 3 of these would match 1 of our rebuilt Ironclads. So let's get all 3 of those. And it's not going to tell me. Okay. It says they're in harbor, but they're only at 1%. So I guess I got to wait for those to get up to readiness. So let me get those fleeted up. And what is not blockaded here? That is close. Okay, so that's blockaded. So there's a fleet nearby to Galveston. So we're going to put one in, put that fleet into Enola. I'm going to call this the Gulf Raider Squadron. And I really don't know anything about the naval officers here. And these guys have good, he's got good cunning, but his leadership's low, but he's got good initiative. So I think Barron's the man for the job. We'll see how long it takes for these ships to get into readiness. Hopefully not too long. Because I want to get these blockade fleets knocked out. Alright, I do believe that'll cover everything for the monthlies. Hopefully the next time I come on, it will be with some ships ready to go hit a raid. Oh, wait, no, let's, one more thing. Let's go take a look at where the Army of Tennessee is at right now at the core Western Tennessee. Alright, we're in Cairo. I think he's sitting too far north of Cairo. So let's see if we can flip this and, get the Union coming out this way for us. Alright, I will be back when something happens. Alright, everybody. It's now March 13th in the game, and seizing Cairo, Illinois doesn't seem to have provoked a response out of the Union, which I'm a little surprised about considering how important Cairo is generally considered by both players and the AI. What they did do, though, was return to the shiny object, Winchester. So they moved the West Virginia force from Grafton out to Winchester, which is the complete opposite of what I wanted the damn AI to do. I make plans, the AI don't want to follow them. Damn you, AI. So, I'm now going to order Stewart's Corps. Where are they going? They're marching. Nonetheless, I'm ordering Stewart's Corps back up there. We need to retake that. We're not out of winter quarters yet, and his readiness is only yellow, but we cannot let them hold on to Winchester. That is just a no-no in my book. Not a campaign goes by that we do not hold it. Let's pause this here real fast. Have my troops arrived for the core of Florida? Yes. Alright. And they are at full readiness. Bragg. Time to go seize Dry Tortugas. Western Mounted Rifle Corps, where are you guys at? Another 26 days to full readiness. I need to wait for them to be at full readiness because of the route I am sending them on. Their readiness will degrade pretty fast once they hit land over here. And this brigade that's recruiting here. 6 days away. All right. Back to the core Shenandoah. And he's on offensive operations, yes. So I have 18,600 in this army. This army has 17,000, so numbers comparable. We don't know how accurate that number is. So we're going to kick their asses back into West Virginia. Joe Hooker is in charge of this army. Alright, so they have 16,722 men and 36 guns. 16,188 of that is infantry. So General Stewart against Joe Hooker. This should be interesting. I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Winchester. Amazingly enough, I do believe this is the first Battle of Winchester for this campaign. We are on the defensive, which I'm a little surprised about because they were holding it and not us. But that works into our favor. So where are they coming from? Up here on the Martinsburg Pike. So they got a couple of different approach routes they could use. You got crossing here at Greenwood Mill, this crossing here, this crossing over by the Carper House, and coming down through town along the Millwood Pike. So I think this might actually be the West Virginia forces' first battle. I don't know if I've fought them before or not. So I might have fought them at Gailey Bridge, but I'm not sure. And is Lee on the field? No, he's outside of command radius of Lee. All right. And nothing's frozen. So I have the 4 divisions of infantry. I can cover everything fairly well. So what I'm going to do is place a division here. Basically a division at each road, because I do have the 4 infantry divisions. Most of the artillery is going to be here facing this open ground, because they're basically going to be useless to me over here. I did fight a battle in this region before, and the artillery is next to useless. So I'm going to keep the artillery down here and hopefully get a nice field of fire over here if they come this way. I'm going to send the cavalry up to this high ground outside of town to see what the Feds are going to be doing. So I'm going to get my forces set up, and I'll be back with dispositions. Alrighty, so I am going with that plan of action like I said initially. So I got the 2nd Georgia Division covering this crossing alongside the 2nd Division, or covering these 2 crossing points right here. The British Exile Division is covering this crossing point right here, and the 1st Georgia Division is covering this area right here. So there are gaps in the line the Union can aim for. I don't know if they will or not. But I should be able to easily shift my forces in regards to that. And I will be sending the cavalry up to this high ground over here. And hopefully get deciding on what the Federals want to do. And it's not the first battle for these guys, but a lot of them don't have any perks yet. And the weapons are still crap for a lot of these units. I mean, plains rifles, come on. And we got some Springfields. I think the 2nd Georgia is the worst armed division. Reboards, those got to go. No, only 1 brigade with the reboards. Okay. Crap, even the engineers are armed better than them. Alright, so I'm going to get this kicked off, get breastworks built, and I'll be back once I have contact with the Federals. Alrighty, it wasn't even my cavalry that spotted them. They were actually coming down towards my main line right now. They started fairly close to me. Clock's only been running about 29 minutes in game, so they are all right here. So I'm trying to get my forces. Something happened. I don't know what happened over here, but units moving around the way I didn't want them to. So we need to stop these guys from digging and bring them into a supporting position. And get that damn brigade moving. Let's face that way. I'm going to leave these guys on this flank for now. They really are coming at me where my artillery is useless. Alright, so you guys stop what you're doing. I'm going to swing out their flank. Bring them out this way. Because they're coming down this road. I could safely swing them out this way. Hopefully they're... this is the only division that has a battery attached to it because that's a special request. So hopefully I can get their battery into firing position. Speaking of which... roll around the artillery division. Yeah, stop building, all right. There are troops there too. You guys swing out this way. I would like to get my artillery into position to support if possible. It looks like they're actually going to mass up for a proper assault. One thing I did do is, as soon as I entered the battle map, I did a hard save, exited out, and re-entered the game to clear up memory, and that seems to be helping a lot. So these guys are massing up properly. Where's my cavalry at? Well, at least they're in a position to hit them in a flank. Alright, let's have you boys swing out like that. Yeah, engineers, you keep building. This is actually the first fight. I think this is actually their first fight, so they actually haven't built anything yet. So they need to get them leveled. As long as we give these troops time to build their breastworks, I'm a happy camper. Let's change your positioning a little bit. I don't want you on the stream. Stop building stuff. Let's hang tight for now. I have to lay them down in a minute. Artillery's got the orders. I actually still have 6-pounders in this army. So, units over here. So I do have to get them close. I haven't been able to upgrade all my artillery yet. You guys guys come down over here. Let's see what we got there on the flank, see if we can't pick something off. Because our numbers are even, I want them to come at me. You guys keep digging. You're not the brigade taking artillery fire. Keep working. Build ye some cover. Grinjacks, I know you still have the Hawkins, but those damn Withdrawals are still not arrived. I'm sorry. Those things are still like 200 something days away. They are a long order. They all bunched up now. Great. Speed this up a little bit. Looks like the first force is coming forward. Don't know, it's one lone brigade. Doesn't look like he's feuding. I know they can still see him if the artillery's firing at him. Now get ready to stand up, boys. Alright, give him a volley. Look at all those dead blue bellies right there. That was a good volley. You know, I should have sent the Exiles here to cover that, but I'm just going to be pushing into them. Let's give him detach orders. I don't need him moving with the division when they go up. Where's the cavalry? Are they up yet? Yep, on the way. All right. Very good. Only 43 casualties so far, and he's caused over 200 of them. I'll send the Exiles in immediately. As soon as that last brigade comes up. The boys can stand up now. They're just massive attack at that one location. see some fun. Boys push up to there. Yeah, it's right next to them. Start collapsing on both their flanks. Oh, stop. God damn it. Alt. They were still building that breastwork. Alright, you boys are in position. Very good. Advance. And these guys are about to walk into the two brigades. I'm going to be approaching them. Come on. Corps commander's right here. You should have the damn orders already. They're going right for that gap. Counter battery, yep, that's good. Looks like everybody's leveling pretty nicely. These casualties aren't too bad. These guys have been out of combat long enough where they were almost at 2,000 men. About to get his first perk finally. Why isn't this division advancing yet? There we go. Count, you're about to lose goddamn command. Georgia Infantry Regiment, Stonewall Brigade, Elsie's Brigade, Chatham County, Statesboro, and Bennings, Georgia Brigade, all in the 1st Georgia Division. I thought they were going to see the brunt of the action over here. That's why I had them over there. They're not going to be any part of this battle. Next one, hopefully. Alright. Let's go grab up whoever's still standing. Oh, they're getting ready to break. They got the first perk. And there go the feds. They are now leaving. See if the Exiles can bag any of them. Where's the Cavalry Division? There you are. Bring you guys over here. There they go. That is all she wrote. Yep. Where we get their casualties at? We only got them at 8% after all that firing. Really? Let's see if we can bag a few more. So, 1st East Surreys, Southern Highlanders, and the Royal Green Jackets. brigade broke. You can push down. You guys just hold steady where you are. Lay down and take a rest. You've done enough fighting for today. You guys go hit those Kentucky boys. Green Jackets, go get that artillery. Just trying to bag as many of these boys as possible. There we go. Take down that artillery. Good boys. I was stuck in hand-to-hand with these guys. Cavalry still doesn't receive their orders. Want to get them up here to catch this fleeing artillery over here. Let's go after that battery. About to take down that one. Keep moving on. Go grab that battery. Ignore those boys. Get the other batteries. Let's speed this up a bit. I want to take all their artillery away from them. There we go. I don't think that went the way Fighting Joe Hooker expected. So, didn't go exactly the way I expected either, to be honest with you. But, a little slower than I'd wanted and a lot better than I'd hoped for. So we took out 1,500 infantry. They had no cavalry on the field. We got 25 of their guns. I wanted all of them, but we got 25 of them. For a total of 1,700 losses for the Union. Our casualties were 386 infantry. Nobody from our cavalry, nobody from our artillery. So 386 casualties compared to 1,700. I'll take that every day of the damn week. Let's jump in here. So let's see how all the brigades did. Cavalry wasn't involved, so 1st Georgia Division wasn't involved. So Georgia Infantry Regiment only caused 2 casualties. All right. Thought they got a little more shooting in than that. None of these are viewer brigades. Donaldson caused the most casualties with 614. British Exiles. Green Jackets caused 201. East Surrey's 96. Southern Highlanders 45. And the Royal Field Artillery only caused 1 casualty. They were firing counter battery. They don't have any perks yet, so that's kind of expected. So too bad we didn't catch all their artillery pieces. Alrighty, let's exit out of here. So this can't be 1st Winchester, is it? Gotta look at my notes. First Manassas, Second Manassas, Gailey Bridge, Third Manassas, Fredericksburg, Gordonsville, Second Gordonsville, Second Fredericksburg, Bridgeport Bridge, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Yeah, First Battle of Winchester. I am completely amazed. Jot that down onto the battle honors list I got running. Yeah, sometimes they have the longest load screen takes. So, interestingly enough, the AI, I guess doing the hard save, closing the game, resetting the memory, helped the AI a bit because they did properly form up for that attack. And, I mean, if it did look like it was blunted in that one spot, it was, because it looked like 2 divisions on the field set up in double line formation. So if it looked like a blob, it was because it was 2 divisions together, not even full strength divisions at that. All right. Any of my guys get famous? No. So the Battle of Winchester has ended with the West Virginia force retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,685 men, thereof 202 killed, 305 captured. The morale is believed to be unstable. Our casualties total 386 men, with 59 killed and 55 missing and the rest wounded. Morale is determined with supply situation mediocre. We've captured 916 rifles and 18 guns from the battlefield. We sent an additional 311 men down to Andersonville. Alright, let's advance this couple of days here. Fugitive Slave Act annulled. A little bit of flavor news there. Yep, so memory's better. So when they weren't clearing off in the last 2 episodes, that was just a memory issue because this game does chomp up. It doesn't use a lot of memory, but it does chomp it up. All right, Winchester's in his zone of control, but we'll just move him fully into it. This way we can seize out a Harper's Ferry arsenal again. Can you fill it up for us? No, it's already full from us. We haven't been actually drawing anything from it. But do need to replenish stocks in this army now, even though we didn't use a lot of ammunition. Let's bump this up. What we got going on there? Alright, Corps Flaughter is at their destination, finally. So we're going to immediately push these guys into an assault, because they cannot be supplied here. Oh, they are drawing provisions from this port. No, we're just straight up assaulting. See if we can't take it like we did Zachary Taylor. If not, we'll go back and just do a straight siege. And after to take that, there's only the one Union fort left that we really need or want to take, and that's Fort Monroe. Alrighty. Retaking Winchester. Let's see if they made a move to retake Cairo. No, they have not. This is really surprising to me. This is usually like a big magnet for the AI and human players. So the fact that, oh, Corps of Western Tennessee's got a full-on perk. I think that was the Western Army's flag there. We'll give them that one. I'm not too boned up on... I know I said in previous campaign, I'm not too boned up on Confederate battle flags. 22 days for him. Oh, and let's look at our new ships. Have they finally arrived in port? Last time I looked, they were 12 days away. Are you kidding me? It's going to be 153 days for these things to come into action? Really? We're at a 2-star port. They should really be at a 3 or 4-star port, but I don't have one that's blockaded. That's not blockaded. And I can't... If I could sneak them into New Orleans without a fight, I would, but I won't be able to get them in there without them getting into a fight. Oh, God. Another waste of money. That is killing me. The Gulf strategy is costing me... Manpower-wise, it's not costing me... It's costing me barely anything. Monetarily, it's been running into a lot of money. How long until I get the... my casemates? Virginia's another 41 days away. It's costing me a lot of money, but the monetary returns should make it worthwhile in the long run. So I do believe that. I don't think we have anything else to cover out here, to be honest. Yep, Corps of Engineers finally reached their destination. Alrighty, so like I said, one battle per episode's pretty good. Should run us into the 40-50 minute range. Say 40-50 minutes, usually like 50 to 60. So if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, and you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so you're alerted when the next video is coming out. You've been following along in the series and enjoying the content, please hit that like button. Also, comments. Keep them coming, gentlemen. I do love the comments. I do respond to every comment that is sent to me. And if you'd like a unit in one of my brigades, please let me know in the comments below. What type of unit, uniforms, weapons, state it's from, and commanding officer, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And I will see you all at the next episode on Monday. You all have a good one now.